Marjorie Taylor Greene, total crazy woman. She is taking every opportunity to be performative and rile up her base, the crazy base that stormed the Capitol with guns and Nazi slogans. And I mean, just horrifying. She has created a form of protest in the halls of Congress. Let's play this clip real quick. Okay, so she is against the Equality Act. Her neighbor, Marie Newman, newly elected, wants to pass the Equality Act to just, as Marjorie Taylor Greene says, to destroy women's rights and religious freedoms. And Rep. Newman mentioned that her daughter is trans, so it's a direct attack on her family. But it doesn't even matter because, I mean, man. All right. Performative. What's the goal here? I'll go to a run first. Natalie, we lost your camera.
I mean, for sure, performative. And I think there's a lot of people who think that there's a lot of juice you can get out of kicking these culture issues just as hard as you can to squeeze some more votes out of your, district that has a certain makeup that people feel like is conservative and all that. But like, I don't quite understand. It's sort of a little bit hackneyed in terms of execution. Like, is this a sign from some other thing that no one's really sure what the trust the science part is referring to? I would say that it is performative, but a performative failure.
Well, I mean, performative failure, yeah, raising money, whatever. She's using all these things, but it's still
maybe
keeping
raising
that
some money.
Yeah, raising some money, but also the question is like, where does Trump's movement go now? And it's larger than I think we probably even feel, given the electoral results, the number of people who voted for him. Natalie, I mean, like, what's your take? Is this performative or something about like continuing this Trumpist movement, this right-wing extremist movement, and keeping it together?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I make the same point every time I come on your show. So I hope your guests don't, or your audience doesn't think I'm a broken record. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, the Republican Party exists to be a wish fulfillment for capital, right? Their function is to do whatever they can to make the richest people on earth even richer still. And that's not popular. By definition, that is a very unpopular platform. And so over time, I think that they've really stoked culture war issues to try to peel more votes. They did that with the Bible Belt in the 80s, really consolidated the religious right. Over the past couple of years, I think that you've seen them lean harder into, overt white supremacy. Now I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is sort of coming from this, Facebook comment cesspool, this newly coalescing group of people.
It's like plucked
and the difference between the difference between the Republicans from a couple years ago and now, because like the Republicans were still leaning hard against these things. This vileness was always there, but I think up until the Trump era, at least the elected officials would want some disingenuous distance from this sort of overt ugliness, right? It was so disingenuous because obviously they relied on this coalition, but from the elected officials themselves, you wouldn't have people saying and doing this kind of thing, and the things that Trump said and did, and the things that Marjorie Taylor Greene says and do. And I think that Trump's insight and, the bandwagon that Marjorie Taylor Greene is jumping onto is the idea like, oh, well, when you just say it, they get excited. So you might as well do that. And so, the overt callous cruelty, I think, is the one difference. And so that is startling, just in terms of representation in the media, things like that. Just the absolute cruelty to just callously misgender a colleague's teenage child like that is just, I can't imagine doing that to somebody personally, right? It's just unbelievable.
Well, they can do it. If you have somebody in the party who's willing to be that extreme, then it makes the Romneys of the world and the DeSantises, even though, there's even division between the two of them, obviously, look more palpable. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.